Good morning, right now. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Drunvalo Melchizedek, and we're here for episode number 9. um, First person is Karen from southern Germany, and she has a question. However, Hangout is having a problem with Germany right now, and so we can't get her to show her image. And so I'm going to have to read her question. So her question says, I completed the ATIH workshop the end of October and did the training for the last 90-degree turn several times. Since then, I have the feeling that all of my heart chakras, upper, lower, left, and right, are melted together in one place. So for me, it feels like not having to turn anywhere when the time is right to do the jump into the fourth dimension. My question is, what shall I actually do then? Just follow the procedure given? Well, uh, once you have been doing this meditation for a long time, uh, you, you it could and does feel like what you're talking about, that they're blending together. But uh, nevertheless, what is on your left side, your physical heart, and what's on your right side are in two different dimensional worlds. And one is third dimension and one is fourth dimension. And you must go through the procedure, even though you feel that it's all the same, if you feel that way, because you're actually moving from one side of your body over to the other side, and you're moving relative to your body at 90 degrees. And you must make these 90-degree turns. It is something that has been understood forever. But uh, don't just think that you can't make those turns, because without making that turn, nothing happens. And so that's the best I can tell you on that one. Just don't give up. You're doing great, but don't just think that the turn isn't important. Okay, so are we able to get to gluten?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm here, Drunvalo. Hi.
Hi. Oh, good. Hi. Hi, gluten. Is that how you say your name, gluten?
Gülten.
Gluten.
Yes,
Okay.
Gülten. Yeah.
What is your question?
Um, After I took the training, Drunvalo, I start to use the heart meditation and creating from heart every day as a daily principle. First, I really like to be there. And then at the second stage, I decided to use it like a small creation for my daily activities. And I recall that you reminded us if you want to create something which affect others, you need to invite their higher selves, get the permission, and then continue. I start to do that,
Yes,
and
I agree.
suddenly I start to get amazing inspiration and amazing ideas, which really end up really successful results. But how about if I want to create something which will affect a small community or a city like I mean, 2,000 people, like a larger community? How am I going to do that, Brunello?
Okay. Um, First of all, when you do something that affects a large area, you have to not only ask, you don't ask the higher selves of the individual people, you ask Mother Earth. And she is the oversoul of all of us. And if she says it's okay, then you can proceed. However, she may make it so that you have restrictions on or whatever it is. You have to listen very carefully and make sure that you're doing exactly as she says. If you do exactly as she says when it comes to, say, a village of 2,000 people, you don't have to worry. You're coming from your heart, and the heart will know how to give to those 2,000 people exactly what you're wanting to give to them without causing any harm or anything else. but still, you still must have permission from the Earth herself, because that is just the nature of the reality. We have to do that. But it is a good way. I mean, if you're just doing it with 2 or 3 people, you can bring in their higher selves, and you can say, well, you can get very specific instructions on exactly how to work with those 2 or 3 people. But when you get into the thousands of people, you have to bring Mother Earth in, and that is really the only difference that is. You just have to do that.
Okay. One more question.
Okay.
Okay. I remember you mentioned that how you learn how to adjust the thyroid.
Yes.
I need to learn
I'm
that.
still learning that. I'm not an expert on that, but
Oh, I need to learn that one day maybe.
well, what I can tell you is that the thyroid it's a controller, and it controls several things in the body. It controls body weight, temperature.
Yes.
I believe it also controls a sense of feeling of life, and there are probably many other things. My training came from a man who had studied this in India, and when I met him, he was wearing shorts and a T-shirt. It was summer in New Mexico at that time, and it gets cold in Taos. It gets down to about 25 below zero, and so as winter approached, he was still wearing a T-shirt and his shorts without any shoes. And finally, it got down to 25 below, and we went out for a walk. And he was still dressed like that, and I was in coats and hats and everything imaginable to keep myself warm. And he proved to me beyond any doubt that the thyroid can control body temperature. And from that, I have slowly learned, perhaps not to do it to that level, but I can get to I can stay warm all the time. I just never get cold anymore. It's really, really rare when I feel cold. And so you just work with that, and I think you'll find the answer. But remember, the thyroid is inside the sac that contains the tongue and the heart. And so there is a relationship between the heart and the tongue and higher consciousness and the thyroid. I want to study that someday. I mean, really, truly study it. I haven't had time yet, but I know there is a relationship there. So I hope that helps you.
Oh, okay. We will wait for that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ruthven.
Thank you.
Let's see. Is Nova Lee, could we get her?
She's not able to join.
Nova Lee, I have to tell you that Hangout has changed a lot of their rules and things as of today or yesterday. And so whatever bugs we're experiencing right now is something that there's not much we can do about. It's probably going to take them a few days or even weeks to be able to work out everything. But I'm going to have to read Nova Lee's one also because of this. She's from Los Altos, California, and she says, I wish to know for what purpose was Earth created, unique unto all other planets, as you have described, and what is for which all souls have traveled here for. Let me just stop right there. She has more to say. The Earth isn't unique in the sense that we're better than any other place or anything else. We're just a grain on the sand of a beach, and we're just one planet. It just so happens that through a series of very complicated connections between people that are not even in this galaxy and things that have happened over the last few years, that the Earth has become important to the rest of the world, the rest of the universe. And so that uniqueness has come about for other reasons just than the fact that the Earth itself is special. That isn't the thing. It's that humanity has entered into a very special relationship with the universe that has brought us to this place. Read the rest of your of your statement. Rather than feeling a sense of urgency in learning how to leave, I feel a sense of urgency in understanding the human experience and making good use of my time, for it is limited by either old age or prophecies realized. What a waste it would be if I were to find the exit without claiming the prize of purpose. The human experience of what the sense of urgency that you're feeling, it is there. We don't have a lot of time right now, at least according to everyone I know and all the indigenous people of the world and all the scientific people of the world also would agree that there is things going on now that means that we don't have very much time. And so it is a time to really focus, to really be into your meditation, and to not be so concerned about normal things in life. I mean, we have to live our lives and we have to enjoy our lives. Even if we're in the midst of chaos, we have to do that. But there is a sense of urgency, for sure. If the indigenous people are right, we have less than 2 years. They may not be right, but all over the world they believe they are. And just so you know, we're going to bring in experts to begin to talk about this sense of urgency on an environmental level that will add a whole other level to your understanding of what is going on. We're gonna really be able to give you facts and understandings about global warming and many other environmental things, and which will help you understand why this urgency is so important. So I hope, Nova, that I helped you understand that question. So did we get the next person get in also?
No.
They couldn't get in also. This is terrible. I'm sorry, but there's really not much I can do about Google's problems. So let's go there. This is with Christy. She is from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And she says, hello, Drunvalo. My name is Christy, and I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. A few years ago, I was reading The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life, and I got to the point in the book describing the different levels of consciousness, and at each stage of the process of the precession of the equinox. The shape used was an oval. It was about 3 a.m. and I had been reading for a while and decided to go to bed. I rubbed my eyes, then right before me appeared a giant golden oval. At the time, I didn't know it was even a real thing until I read The Serpent of Light. Through the oval rushing towards me was a great golden pyramid. It was extremely vivid, and the vision stayed for at least a minute or more. It was pure gold. 3 were flat like the Egyptian pyramid, and one side was leveled, with stairs going 3/4 of the way up to an arched doorway similar to the South American pyramids, only different in style. On the top of the pyramid was a giant jewel that would actually come off the pyramid and fly around. I got the sense that this was possibly the Pyramid of Thoth, which is the Great Pyramid, and that it would return during the 2012 end times, but honestly not sure if it was the Pyramid of Thoth. Not 2012 exactly, but the end time span. A few weeks ago, a radio show came on, and you were being interviewed. A caller came in and asked a question. He described the exact same pyramid I had seen a few weeks earlier. You said that it represented a higher level of consciousness, but did not go into much detail. So I'm excited to learn more about this pyramid, what it is and what it stands for and why I saw it. At the time I saw it, I was so excited that I had no idea what I should do with the information and why I saw it, but had always wanted to find out. Any information you could share would be gratefully appreciated. Oh boy, I really wish that you were here so I could ask you more questions to find out exactly what you were referring to, because I'm not really certain for sure. The oval that is associated with the precession of the equinoxes, this is pretty clear, is that our solar system, not just the planet, but the entire solar system, rotates around in this giant oval, and then it takes 25,625 years to go around at one time. And so it is an oval, but I don't understand the question fully in terms of what this pyramid is. I'm really sorry about that. I invite you back again when Google can get their software working right, so that we can understand this more clearly. I apologize for that. It looks like to me that there's just do we get the next person? Dan is here. Did Dan get in? This is almost a washout. These people just cannot come on because of some changes that Google has made. This is Dan from Minnesota, the United States, and I'll read his question. My questions are, if you need the body in order to ascend, and one of the end of the world scenarios damages it, or the heart, for those who don't have the Merkaba activated, what will happen to them? I want to know more about what will happen to the people that just die a normal death. There's also, he's got two questions, so I'll go to that one first. Problem. Life has figured everything out. This is mass ascension. This is every last person on Earth, and not only on Earth, but throughout the universe, is going to go through a pathway into higher levels of consciousness, which is relative to every different person in the universe. And if your body, you must bring your body with you, but it doesn't matter if you've lost your arms and your legs and you're just barely there and you're in a wheelchair and you can't even walk. The body is an image. It's an image contained within you. And so once you get there to the fourth dimension and you understand the nature of the fourth dimension, whereas whatever you think or see begins to happen, your body can be fixed just in a matter of minutes. Usually within 15 minutes you end up with this beautiful, perfect body, and life begins anew. And that body begins to grow. It isn't just a static thing. You're a baby. This is why the reason you have to bring your body is that on the fourth dimension, that an adult human being on the third dimension is a baby in the fourth dimension. And so you will go through all kinds of things that everybody goes through. Every time they get there and they get excited, they realize that they can change anything in their bodies, they can fix anything, but they can also make themselves look different. They can make themselves more handsome or beautiful according to what they think is what they want to look like, and they do. But you can only do that for so long, and it gets boring. And then you begin to realize that there's a lot more to the fourth dimension than just fixing your body and making it beautiful and working right. And so let me just read and see if there's anything else here. Well, let me get into that a little bit more. Right now that on Earth that we know how to get from here to the fourth dimension, and one of them is just simply dying. That way has never worked for us very well, because when we get there, we don't take our body with us, and it means that we have to reincarnate and get another body, and we get another chance to do it. This time is different. The Great White Brotherhood has been preparing for this for over 200,000 years. And the last order of the Great White Brotherhood, which there's 72 orders, is the order of the order of the seven rays. It is in Bolivia, and it has prepared for this for a very long time, so that when you die, and there will be confusion for many people, they will not understand what's happening, and people will come in. There are fourth dimensional beings that are human. And they will know exactly what to do to get this person to understand and to begin into the very simple levels of evolution on those levels. It will take them more time to reach to where other people that are ascending will get to, but eventually they will arrive in the same place and in the same condition with no difference whatsoever. And the other two ways are to resurrection, which Jesus demonstrated and showed us how we could do that. And that way, there's going to be probably a lot of people using that method, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And this one, you die, and then after you are dead, during the 4 days before you make the transition, you reconstruct your body, knowing that it is an image. And so once the image is recreated, you go on exactly as the way you would in the ascension that we're talking about with the ATIH teachings. This is another level, which is where you become so aware of the reality and what is going on that you have the information necessary to leave when you want to. And that means that you take this last 90-degree turn, you choose when to leave, and all you do is just simply disappear. There's no sound, there's no swoosh, there's no anything. You just disappear, and you begin the process of ascension through into the other levels. But you're not better than someone else because you can do that. You're just at a different stage of consciousness, and so all three ways are appropriate. No one is going to be left alone, and no one is going to not make it through. Everyone will. And that includes the entire universe on every single level of existence within this third dimensional level. And God is basically creating a recall. We are leaving here and going to another octave of universes. This is a great blessing for us. I know we're in a difficult time right now, that things are hard because we're fighting here, we're ready to destroy ourselves, the environment is crashing, there's every kind of problem you could think of. But we're going to go through them all, and we're going to get through the other side, and things are going to get a lot easier and a lot more interesting than they are here in this world. And so don't be concerned. If you die, you die. If you resurrect, you resurrect. Or if you ascend, you ascend. There is a fourth way that we may make it within these next 2 years. It has to do with another kind of way of making it into the fourth dimension. I don't know at this point if that way if we'll have enough time to be able to do it or not. So I'm going to read the rest of your question now. Also, you said that if the Merkaba is not active and you go into the fourth dimension, your memories will be erased. Doesn't that take time away from our human experience? I don't think I said it exactly in that way. What the memories will be erased if we stay here and we go through a certain level. If we make it all the way through the magnetic pole shift, if we make it that far, then and we aren't able to get into the fourth dimension on time, then we will have a problem. The problem is okay on the bigger picture, but the problem will be that your memories will be erased, and you will also go crazy, and you will die. But the death process is the same anyway, and you'll be fine. The Great White Brotherhood has long thought of this, and they know exactly what to do. Don't worry about it. Let me see what else you said here. Wasn't the whole point of living as humans to get experience emotions and limitations and learn from them? If you don't remember anything, doesn't that take away from the experience? Well, it would normally be somewhat of a disaster if it had not been for the Great White Brotherhood and what they had prepared. They knew this was coming a long time ago, and they had set everything up. I mean everything, and under every single condition that you can ever imagine. And so don't worry about it. We're all going to be fine. Just do the best you can. That's all that's required. Don't go into fear. Don't be concerned that you're not worthy or anything else like that. You're worthy. You and God are one, and always have been. We've got a little bump on our head, and we've lost a lot of our memory of who we really are, but you're going to be fine. Please understand, you will be fine no matter what condition you are, no matter what happens, you're going to be fine. Just do the best you can right now, because this is a really special time to be able to learn and understand things that normally you would never be able to get, which would take many, many lifetimes. So this is important right now, but it's not important in the sense that you might fail. You are not going to fail, but you have an opportunity to learn more than you normally ever would. So take this time. Don't is not going to help you. Just stay happy, enjoy your life, love your family, keep going, make money, pay your bills, do everything else, but also stay in your meditation and remember that this is a very special moment in time. So we've come to the end of I apologize again for 3 of our people not being able to get on, but what can you do? Google makes changes. I would like to make a little announcement. The ATIH training of all of this information, we now have about roughly 250 teachers in something like 60 countries around the world, and I am now about to turn that over to them. And so in February and April, I'm personally going to give 2 last workshops of the ATIH training and then never do it again. It will all be given to the teachers for them to go, and it's all working perfectly around the world. We had a lot of problems in the beginning getting everything worked out, but now it is running very smooth. And so what I'm going to do is we've thought of this thing. It's pretty exciting. We hope it works, and we think that it will. I'm going to give one beginning on February 10th. We will, for 5 days. I will personally give a live workshop, and then in April we will give one more. So I'm only going to give 2 more. But we're going to do something new. We're going to broadcast this entire workshop live to the world. And so you have to sign up for that, and you go to the School of Remembering. It's theschoolofremembering.com, and you go on there, and you will know exactly the instructions on what to do will be there. We are going to charge a small amount of money so that we can continue the work we're doing, but you will be able to watch and become involved in a living workshop no matter where you are in the world. And so this is exciting. I hope this works. We're going to do it twice. We're going to do it once in February and once in April. And so if you've never had a chance to come to see one of these workshops and you're out there somewhere, this is an opportunity. We're going to do that. Well, 2-time opportunity. We're going to do this twice, and then we're never going to do it again. And so, from then on in, it'll be completely up to the teachers if you want to understand how this works. So, okay. So thank you, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay. Goodbye.